All right, so let's get into it. Let's create a new sheet for our dashboard. I'm going to name this dashboard. Over here. And what we're going to do is basically we're going to try and replicate what we have over here into the sheet, right? So we're just going to recreate this using the colors and the cards and the style and everything and create that here. So first thing is I'm going to pick the color from this sheet. So Alt H, right? This is the color, but then to get the code, I'll come to more colors, come to custom, and then I'll pick the hex code from here. So Control A, C, click OK, come here, right? I'm just going to click this, or you can press Control A, then Control HH, or Alt HH, come to more colors, come to custom, and then you want to paste this code here, Control A, Control V, right? So press enter, and then you have that. So the code, you paste over here, then you have that over there. Good. Now I'm going to paste from F all the way to AB, right? And all the way to about row 37. I'm going to paste on a different color over there. So I'll come here, do the same thing, Alt HH. I'll come here to more colors, and I'll copy this, Control AC. The code is #333 F4F, right? I'm going to leave all the codes in the comment section, so you'll find that over there, right? Okay, so I'm just going to highlight from E to 7 all the way to AB. Then Alt HH, more colors over here. Control A, Control V to paste this. Click OK. Good. So then I have something like this, right? I think I need to add a bit more rules here. All right, good. Good. Now, one thing about dashboard is about layout, right? And then to create a good layout, right, to make sure everything is well arranged and organized, we use a lot of margins. So you see a lot of columns that have been reduced in size, right, to create this, hold on, to create some sort of like margins, okay? And then within those sections, we put in the various KPIs and cards, right? It makes it organized, makes it look organized. So that's what we're going to do. So selecting from column A, so A, E, J, N, R, V, and W. Column A, E, F, J. So let's do that. Select A, E, F, J, right? N, R, V, W, right? And then we have what? AB. So select these columns. We're going to reduce them to the same width. So Alt H O W. Okay, now these all shortcuts are only available on Mac, right? You don't have them. Sorry, they're only available on Windows, not on Mac. On Mac, you need to come to Home. Let me cancel this. You need to come to Home, and then you come to Formats, and then column width, and then you can specify the column width. So I'm going to use a column width of 3. Yeah, column width of 3. That looks about right. Good. So now that we have this in place, what we're going to do is we're going to create our cards. All right. So we'll come to insert over here, insert a shape. Okay, I'll take this guy, right? And I'm just going to stand where here in G8, hold the Alt key. So hold on the Alt key as a guide. Now, when you hold the Alt key, right, you notice that when you're drawing it, it fits across the cell dimensions. Is that okay? Good. So you draw this from G8 all the way to I10 this way. Good. All right. You hold the Alt key and you do this. Okay. So now that we've done this, let's just pick the colors from this. So I'll come here to shape. All right. Come to shape fill. Come to more fill options. I'm going to copy this color. Now this color happens to be the same color as the background we have here. Good. Now also in shape fill, we have outline. Okay. So for outline, when I come to more colors, this is the outline 042433. 042433. Okay, so I have these two. I'll come here to my dashboard. With this selected, I come to shape fill, shape format. I come to shape fill. I can just use this color. This is the same color over here. That's what I have at the outside side over here. And outline, okay. So for outline, we need to increase the width. So I'm going to increase the width to 3 points. And then again for outline, I'll come to more outline colors. Okay. 404243. Oh, that's it over there. So I think it's the default color we're using. So we have something like this. Beautiful. Now the last thing we need to do is to bring a shadow effect. Okay, now you notice there's this light around the number, right? Around the card. Yes, that's a shadow. So with that selected, you press Control 1. Okay, you come here to Effects, come to Shadows, Presets, using the first one. Now we'll change this to a light gray. We'll take the darkest option, right? The transparency, reduce the transparency to 0. All right, good. And then we'll change this to 3. So we should have something like this. Yeah. So this is what we have over here. Okay. That's the same thing we have over here. Good. So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this guy down. Okay. Good. And then we can create our header. Okay. Now, so for the header, you're just going to press Control 1, select the range, press Control 1, come to border, right? Select this border line, this type, choose none, and then set the color to white. And then you apply the bottom border. You need to click this to apply bottom border. Good. You're not going to see anything because it's white. Okay, but trust us over there. And come to font and set font to white, right? We can set the size to 12. And then for alignment, we want to set alignment to center across selection, meaning when we write at the left-hand side, it should center within the selection. Now click OK. Good. So now when we type income, right, press enter, you see you have income over there, boldly underlined, right? So we can bold in this Control B. So we have something like this. And that's how we created the first card, income. Okay, good. Now that we have income in here, we can copy this, paste this here, paste this here, paste this here. Okay. We're going to change this to expense, income, expense, change this to profits slash loss. And I'm going to make this cash at hand. Fantastic. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to link our income to this card. So the card in here, you click into your formula bar, you press equal to, right? This is very important. You don't enter formula equal to into the card. You stand here and you press equal to, right? And then you come to your calculations and then you select income. Okay. So you see dashboard calculations B5. After that, you press enter. And the amount is in the cell or it's in the card, but you probably cannot see it. That's because you need to come to home and change the font to white. White, let's click white again. Good. Now we're going to increase this to 24. I think 24 is fine. Okay. And then we center this, middle align, and then center. Fantastic. Do you see this? Good. So we have our income in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is with this selected, press Ctrl D. It's going to make a copy of this. All you need to do is drag it to expense like this, and then Ctrl D again, and then you have the others created. So for expense, we're just going to come in here to the formula bar. Okay, clear what we have in there, come to our dashboard and select the value for expense. For profit, we'll do the same, clear what we have over here, come to our dashboard, select what we have for profits, and then for cash in hand, we'll clear what we have over here, and then we'll come to our dashboard and we select cash in hand. Good. Now you might be wondering, do we need to do the fonts for each and every one of them again? We lost it. All we have to do is just select the first one, come to home, double click on the format painter, click, 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 and then applies the font or format against all of them, right? See, so quickly, just like that, everything has been done. Good. Now, what we need to do, let's go back to our dashboard. We need to create section for our accounts, and then we do for our top 5 revenue lines, expense lines, and then we create our trend. Okay, so I'm going to select this, copy this, and I'm just going to paste it over this. Yeah. So Control V, highlight this, and just press Control R. Now let's delete this. Good. Now anything we type over here is going to go into the middle, right? But then as you can see over here, we have a hash representing number over here, and then the rest are centered in between X and Z. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight this, Control 1, change this to general. Okay, so we can bring our hash over here. And then we select X, Y, and Z, Control 1 again, and set this rather to center across selection. Okay, and this here, we're going to have accounts. Okay, and here we're going to have balance. So like this. All right, and then now we can bring in our various lines for the various accounts. So I'm going to highlight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, come back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly. Press Control 1 again. We come to borders, select the thin one. Okay, select none. Come to custom, select white, and then apply bottom border by clicking this. Okay. Also for fonts, we want to use a white font. Right, I want to click OK here. All right. So we have bottom border over here. Didn't apply to the other ones. That's fine. Just copy this. Move one step, paste, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, so all we need to do is just link this to what we have over there. So press equal to, come to our dashboard, and then all we're going to do is select our top 5 expenses. So I'm going to select these guys this way, the 5 rows, and press enter. And this is going to spill, right? So you have no problem over there. Okay, and then you come here to balance, do the same thing, equal to, come to our dashboard calculation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now because we are using the latest version of Excel, this is going to create what? A spilled range. If you're not using the latest form of Excel, what's going to happen is you're going to get an error. So you rather have to do this one by one. So equal to, select grant, equal to, and you copy down, something like that. Good. Now, because we don't want the empty cells to show as 0, we're going to apply a niche trick. Okay, so we'll highlight this area, press Control 1, come to number, custom, select this option, right? So this basically says that if the number is positive, if it's negative, you bring a negative in front of it. Let's take that off and make it brackets around the number. Now bring a semicolon like this, and then we're going to leave it as is, right? So what this means is positive numbers are represented like this, negative numbers are represented like that. If you want the zero to mean anything, you can put, let's say, 0 this way, and you click OK. You see what? Instead of the number 0, you see the word 0 over there. Good. So this time, we want it to be blank, so we'll just leave it like that, right? So every time there's 0, it should just be blank. Nothing should pop up. And you see it blank like that. Good. Okay, so now that we have this, we're just going to list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, this equals to this plus 1. And I'm just going to drag this down this way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are your, oh, my bad. These are accounts. And I selected, what's the word? I selected income lines, right? So these are the accounts. Okay, so let's correct this. So we'll come here to dashboard, and then we'll select, these are the accounts. So 15. Okay, and then we'll do the same here. All right, come here, and then we'll select cash in hand. Okay, so now we have this. So we have bank C collections with the highest amount. We have bank B, bank A, and cash in hand, right? The others are negative. Again, I said this, but then this is just random data. Okay, it's not accurate data. So that's why you might not see some things that make sense. All right, so we have this in place. All we can do is just copy this guy. All right, I just paste him here. Just paste him here this way. Okay, so we're going to call this top 5 revenue lines. And we say top 5 expense lines. Instead of balance, we're going to call this amount. Amount. Okay, good. So over here, top 5 equal to, come here, and then we'll select this once. Enter. Equal to, come here, dashboard. Select this. Enter. Right? Over here, equal to general calculations. Enter, and then amount. Okay. So now we have our top 5 expenses, our top revenue lines, we have our top expense lines. Fantastic. Now we can go in and we can create the chart for our month-on-month revenue versus expenses. Okay. And then the charts we're going to be using are bar charts. Okay. So standing here, we'll come to pivot to analyze. We'll come to pivot charts. Okay. We're going to use bar charts, right? Custom charts. Just click on this. Good. And then we have this over here. Now just click here. I'm just going to delete this nicely. Take these guys off, select them, delete. Okay, once you just click on it, it will be selected. You see the blue lines around it, just delete. I'm going to click here and I'm going to delete this guy as well. But for these guys, I can't delete them. I need to just right click and hide all field buttons on the chart. Good. So now I have January to December. I'll cut this, bring it to my dashboard, and I'll paste it here. Right? Reduce this as much as possible. Fantastic. Okay, so I have something like this. Now what I want to do is to change the colors. So blue, I believe, is income, and orange, I believe, is expense. Is that okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on one of the lines, one of the bars, blue. Once you click on it and press Control 1, this option should open over here. You come to Format, and you see over here under Fill, the color here, you can change it to the color you want. So I'll come back here and I'm just going to take the color green over here, click on one of these charts, Control 1, come to the fill buckets, come to fill. It's a special green we have over here, so more colors. And it's what 01 B1 A3. You'll find this in the charts. I'll make all this available in the charts, so you don't need to go through this hectic process. as I am. All right, I'm going to close this guy. Come here. Okay, with this selected, I'm going to come here to the fill bucket, and then I'm going to come to more colors. I'm going to paste this over here. So Control 1, Control V. Over here, press Enter, and I have this in place. Neatly done. I'm going to do the same thing for red. So come here, select this warm red, right? Come over here to colors, more colors. Pick this guy up. You find the red in the charts, okay? So you just need to go to the charts and pick all these colors. Control 1, colors. Over here, more colors. Control 1, Control V. Fantastic. Press Enter, and I have this. Good. So I have this as my green and red. So my income and then my expense. But I need to let the user know what they represent. But we'll get to that. Don't worry. So I'll select the entire chart. So when you select the entire chart, you notice only the outsides are selected. You see the round white dots around them. Good. Now you come to colors, and then we want to select the color that we are currently operating with, which is this one, right? The blue-gray. We selected fantastic. Okay. And then let's give it a shadow. So come here to presets, outer, select the dark shades. We'll make this 0 as well, transparent 0. And then reduce the blur to 3. All right. So that's about it. Okay. It should look something like this. We don't want border lines, so select this. Over here, under border, you select no border, right? And that white border disappears. Okay. Now we'll click on the, let's do this again. Now we'll click on the axis, the y-axis, which is the months. Okay, we just come to home and then we select white font color, and they should pop right out. Fantastic stuff. Okay, I'm going to drag this all the way to the end here. You can hold Alt as well to make sure you are on the right path. Okay, so this fits perfectly. I'm going to drag this one as well. Alt. Okay, good. Okay, now what I need to do is bring the header in, right? Okay, so I'm just going to stand here. All right, Control 1. Come here to border. Select, I believe it's this border, right? Select the white color and then apply this. Click OK. Control 1 again. Font, let me make the font white. All right, okay, good. So we're just going to call this income versus expense trend analysis. Okay, Cambodian is Control B. Let this pop. All right, now what we're going to do to make users know which one is income and expense is just fill this with color. So Alt HH, fill here with green, and then Alt HH, fill here red. I'm going to enter over here income, and then expense. Alt HT, yeah, something like this. So that the user knows that income is green, expense is red. Simple as that. Is that okay? I feel that there are too many empty rows over here. At least let's take off one. So also HTML. Good. And then I think we can bring these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just drag them down a bit. Lovely. With them selected as well, you can come to shape formats. Right, come to align, and then you select to align bottom. Good, that makes sure they're all well aligned. Good, 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 good. So let's look at what we have as a final product. And then in comparison to what we've done so far, look like we are really, really close to what we're trying to do.